The WWE in 2016 for many people is just another PG year for the company, but if you think about it, 2016 was actually a revolutionary year for the WWE. Before we look at 2016, we need to see how 2015 ended. With Vince McMahon being arrested, of course. Overall, 2015 was a pretty stale year for the company. It had started out bad with the backlash Roman Reigns got for winning the Rumble, then hope rose up with Seth Rollins being the new face of the company and Undertaker and Brock having memorable moments in that year. Unfortunately, injuries started popping up throughout the year with the likes of Daniel Bryan, Tyson Kidd, Randy Orton, Sting, John Cena, and more. The one that stung the company even more was the injury Seth Rollins got at a live event in November. Seth, being the champion at the time, had to relinquish the title. These injuries would affect the start of 2016, as there were rumors that the card of WrestleMania 32 was changed due to these injuries. So 2016 started with Triple H winning the Royal Rumble match with a special stipulation that the WWE title would be on the line, starting the road to WrestleMania, which with all the injuries did suffer, but achieved to be entertaining nonetheless. The first month after WrestleMania was covered by the starting program of Roman Reigns vs AJ Styles for the WWE title. However, the most impactful news would come on May 25, 2016. When it was announced that the WWE draft would come back and the brand split would be reinstated. This sparked hope and curiosity in many fans on how much the product would change. We had to wait until July to find out. During the next months, Chris Jericho and Dean Ambrose had an entertaining feud involving Mitch the Plant, a destroyed Jericho jacket, and the first ever Asylum match where thumbtacks were included. AJ Styles and Roman Reigns had a rematch for the WWE title at Extreme Rules where Seth Rollins came back and had a match with Roman Reigns for the WWE title at the famous Money in the Bank pay-per-view, where Dean Ambrose won the briefcase earlier and cashed in on the same night, making it known as the Shield pay-per-view as every member held the world title that night. John Cena and AJ Styles also had a night to remember as they had the first ever match in their memorable rivalry, in what were a series of 5-star matches. On July 19, 2016, the first ever SmackDown Live took place and held the WWE Draft, where for Raw Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley competed against SmackDown's Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan for superstar picks. The world champion Dean Ambrose moved to SmackDown and would only change if he lost the Triple Threat Shield match at Battleground. The match was supposed to be a conclusion to the Shield storyline, but was overshadowed by the draft and Roman Reigns' 30-day suspension. It was still an enjoyable match. Personally, I feel the brand split was a breath of fresh air for the WWE. We got superstar pushes like Finn Balor becoming the first Universal Champion and AJ Styles becoming the face of Tuesday Nights. And who could forget the best part of 2016? The Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens friendship, which dominated Raw and were the best part of it all year. The end of 2016 was one of the best of all time. Raw and SmackDown had one of the greatest build-ups to a traditional tag team match of all time. Goldberg had announced his return and would take on Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series, where he would demolish him in under 5 minutes. Roadblock and TLC were the last two pay-per-views of the year, which were very solid, especially the TLC match with Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles, which is an underrated match. This year brought us new customs and old traditions like the women's division getting the spotlight it deserved and local jobbers getting a comeback and pyro and intros coming back also. Hopefully this year is remembered more in the future as this was a fantastic year. Most shows were unpredictable. Anything could happen and anybody could be champion. Thanks for watching Latino Heat YouTube. Support by subscribing and liking the video.